Hi you guys, we are back again with another tutorial. Today I'll be doing this lace closure quick weave, and it's similar to the other tutorial I did, but this one has a bob on the side and it's more fuller in the back. I'm going to be using my velvet edges, and I'll be using a HD 2x6 lace closure, and it's already bleached. I bleached it beforehand, and if you want to see my video on how I bleach my knots, you can take a look at that. I will link it, and I will be doing this on my dome cap. So right here, all I'm doing is placing the closure where I want to sew it down. So use your T-pins to put your lace closure in place. And I do sew down the back first like I do any other lace closure. This helps it to lay down flat, and you don't have to worry about having any humps or bumps. This is one of the easiest ways that you can ensure that your lace closure is laying flat. You can apply as much tension as you need so that you can see with your own two eyes that the closure is laying flat. Even on the sides, if it's flat, you won't see any ripples in the lace. So I also make sure that you stitch these stitch really close together. This is also going to help make sure that it lays flat as well. So sew all the way around the lace, and I'm going to show you here just how close I'm putting these stitches together, because working with the 2x6 you don't have much lace to deal with. But also I did a 2x6 quick weave wig before, and the tension, I did rip a hole in it. So this time around when I do it, I'm going to stitch it really close, because I'm not sure, but the HD lace is very fragile. It's thin and it's very soft. So if you put too much tension on it whenever you are putting it on, when you cut the dome cap from underneath it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So make sure that you stitch it close together, because if you don't, you will rip your lace. So after I sew it down, I always go in and part, just to make sure that I don't see any humps or any bumps or any buckling in the lace. Now I'm going to braid the lace closure down. This is going to help keep any flyaways from getting in the way, and you can clip it if you want to, but this is way more easier to do. Now after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start laying down my 27 piece hair, well, the velvet edges. Normally with the 27 piece you get the 3 bundles, which will be 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. With the velvet edges, you're going to get 2 bundles, which will be your 2 inch and 3 inch. I noticed that in the velvet edges, the tracks are thinner and they're shorter. So depending on the customer head or the wig or the size head that you're doing it for, you may have to get 2 packs, or you can just buy one whole box of the full 27 piece hair. So this first track, I'm going to use it as a guide so that I know how I will lay down the rest of my tracks. And I am going to leave this in real time so that you can see exactly how I'm laying this down. And I'm going slow, because if you pull the track too tight, it will come down or it'll slide. So just make sure that you press down the glue enough so that you don't have to worry about the track moving. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can see all of my notifications first. Also, for anyone who have just joined and everyone that has already been here for a while since day one, thank you so much for your continuous support. Your contribution to the community is very important. So make sure that you leave any of your feedback in the comment section. I do go through my comments and I do try to honor everyone's request. So is there anything that you want to see, please feel free to email me or drop it down in the comment section. Just to show you guys, I'm going to make a guideline with my glue so that you can see where all of your 27-piece tracks will lay down. So anything past this will be the bob section of the hairstyle, and everything underneath the line will be your short pieces. After you are done laying down all of your tracks, I'm going to go in with my razor comb and shave this down. And again, I am taking the guard off of my razor. You can do this if you want to. Make sure that if you're trying this for the first time, do it on a mannequin first before you ever try this on a client. But if you don't feel comfortable, you can keep the guard on. I take the guard off because it helps me to get a closer cut, and I don't have to go through so many razors when I do it this way. Now for the long side, I am using the Empire Perm hair, and I will be using some other pieces that I have laying around. Because I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, I am using different types of hair, but if you're going to do this, all you need is two 10-inch packs of the Empire Perm Yacki hair. Now, I did decide at the last minute that I wanted to add in a little bit of green. I wanted to give it a little bit of flair, more of a peekaboo underneath. And so this is the Empire 613, and I used the water method to apply the green color because it's quicker and more effective. And this is the Lime Green by Adore. Whenever I go in with my last track, I do use one piece, like a single track. This helps it lay flatter whenever you put it around your closure. For the bang area, I'm going to be laying my tracks going towards the front, and you're going to lay those tracks as close to the closure as possible. After you have laid out all of your tracks, you're going to even up the longer pieces with the side that's short, and use your razor to do this. Do it very, very lightly because you don't want to put any gashes in the hair. You want to do it just enough to blend in. Normally when I go in and cut the lace, I use an eyebrow archer, but I don't have any, so I am just going to use the blade out of my razor to do this. And also, again, this is HD lace, so you don't have to apply as much pressure with the razor. The lace is very, very fragile and you don't want it to rip. After I cut off the lace, I'm going to go ahead and putting my parting, and I'm going to do a curved part. It's completely up to you. You can do a straight part or a curved part, however you want to. I think the curved part looks a lot better, but again, do it at your own discretion. With the 2x6, you have the space to do a deep part, and it's going to look really, really nice. So do what it is that you want to do, straight, curved, however. But if you do, make sure that you put the part directly in the center of the closure, because if you don't, you won't have enough hair to cover the tracks. Now you're going to go in again with your razor and even this hair up, even the closure up with the side of the 27 piece. You want it to be able to blend, but cut it a little bit longer so that you have enough hair to cover the tracks. And now I'm going to be using my all-time favorite, Aunt Jackie's Frizz Patrol Foam Wrap Lotion. Y'all know I stand behind this foam wrap. So I'm going to use it to lay down and blend everything in. And you don't have to use a lot because this foam wrap lotion is very, very potent. So use just enough. And if you don't like your foam wrap lotion to be as saturated, you can mix it with a little bit of water in the bottle, but I'm using it straight, just how it comes. I'm using it like this, and I will link the information in the description box on where you can purchase this product. At the front of the hairline, I am going to kind of swoop it just to kind of give it a more natural feel. And sometimes whenever the hair is dry underneath, you have to part it and put product in that area so that you can get it through the hair very, very thoroughly. But all I'm doing is kind of doing almost like a finger wave, but very, very soft, not too deep. And you could do this if you want to, or you could just slick it straight down. It's completely up to you, but I like it this way. You can do it, but all you have to do is just swoop it around. If you know how to do a finger wave, then you should be able to do this just fine. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side as well. You're going to slick it down however you need to. But anytime you're using foam wrap lotion, this is a very, very, very important step. And it is going to set the foundation for how everything will lay whenever it comes out from underneath the dryer. If you do any type of wet styling, you know how important this is. But this is something that is fundamental, and it's very important that you do this. I use foam wrap lotion all the time. I know a majority of my hairstyles that I do, because it just helps to lay everything down in place, and it makes it easier for you whenever you need to redirect hair, or if you need the hair to go in a certain direction. This is going to help in a tremendous way. After you take it out from underneath the dryer, you are going to go ahead and cut the long side. And I'm doing this in a diagonal because I want to be able to see the bob on one side distinctively, and the short side I want to be able to see it as well. But I also want to display and make sure that whenever this cut is done, you can see clearly the diagonal portion of it. So after you have cut your bob on the other side, you are going to go in now in the back. What I'm doing is I'm kind of seeing and combing it out just to see how it's naturally laying, just the way it is in its state that it's in now. And I'm going to even everything up. Remember, I told you in the beginning that I am using bits and pieces, so a lot of the hair on this is uneven. But even if you use the 2 packs of 10-inch, it'll be the same concept. You will have to even everything up, but you will cut your layers from scratch. But with this, because I used some short pieces, it kind of helped a little bit. But if you are experienced with cutting layers, all you're doing is pulling it out at a 90-degree and cutting it. And I am using my thinning shears because it gives it a feathery look. I will be using my 1.5-inch curling iron to bump this bob, and I like using this because it doesn't give it that hard bump, and it also helps to keep your layers even and everything evenly bumped. Because sometimes if you do it with a flat iron, every stroke won't always be the same. But if you use a curling iron, all your strokes will be the same and your layers will look very, very nice and feathery. Whenever you are combing your layers and you want to see how everything is laying, use a wide tooth comb to do it. And a lot of the time when you see these feathered bobs and they look like they're going in different directions, it's all in the way that you comb the hair. So I'm going to go in with my 1/2 inch flat iron, which is my Red Pro titanium irons, and it is a 1/2 inch. And you can do this if you want to, or you can wear it in its natural state, but I wanted to add in a little bit of soft curls on the side. After you're done curling the unit, you're going to cut the dome cap from underneath the lace, and I am going to go off camera to do this because it's hard to do it because this pocket is so small, but be careful whenever you do this. Now I'm going to tweeze the part just a little bit. Like I said, I don't want the part to be too straight or too defined. I want it to have more of a natural appearance, but I will go in and tweeze just to kind of give it, just to expose the parting a little bit more. And be careful whenever you do this because the lace is very, very thin and it's fragile, so be careful whenever you tweeze the part. Now I'm going to put the unit on my head, and I do have on a ball cap, and in a future video I will show you guys how I do my ball cap method. And this is very, very important whenever you are using HD lace because you can see everything, so you will want to use a ball cap method on this, or you may want to use your concealer underneath your cap. Normally I use a wig grip band underneath my units, but for this I will not be using it because of the parting, and with the HD you can see everything. But all you have to do is kind of frame it around your face, and always you're going to need to put the hair behind your ear or fix your ears. Once you get it adjusted, it's going to fit perfect. And if you're using a canvas that's the size of your head, it should be a perfect fit. So I am going to use a little bit of my hairspray, and this is the Chi Magnified FX, and I'm doing this so that I can lay down this swoop in the front. And you don't have to do this, but the hair did not want to stay down how I wanted it, so I'm going to use this holding spray to kind of put it in place. And this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that it helps, and if you decide to recreate this look, make sure that you tag me, share it with me. I would love to see how you recreate this look. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.